Welcome to EthanLive podcast. Today is Friday, the October the 10th.
So far, so good. Yeah.
And I think we're connected. We tried to do this just a second ago, and it said we weren't connected.
All right.
But I believe we are. Let me look online real quick.
Okay.
Maybe I'll look online. How are you today?
I'm good. This weather is glorious, so that's
It
good.
is, yeah. Let me put the link on here if anyone wants to join in. Maybe I'll look online. How are you today?
I'm good.
All right, so there we go. Now we got all technical difficulties, all good.
All right. Good to go.
Yeah, so there's the link. I posted a link in the comments. If anyone wants to click the link, you can actually join the show and ask. Otherwise, we're just going to give some updates on some things going on. Today is, I had this here, and then my phone went away.
It's National Handbag Day.
National Handbag Day. Is it National Don't Bring Your Purse into the courthouse today?
No, that's true. Or a phone.
Mister's National Prep Day. Not sure what that is. World Mental Health Day.
Okay. We need
Curacao Day. Have you ever been to Curacao?
Yes, I have. I loved Curacao.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll
Yeah.
when we talk.
I've told you the story. I had a very good friend that traveled with me to Curacao, except she thought it was pronounced Curacaco.
Curacao, yeah. I've got.
So, however you pronounce it.
I've got some interesting Curacao stories I could share with
Yours
everyone
are more interesting than mine.
if we have a storytelling day. National Angel Food Cake Day, National Cake Decorating Day, National Handbag Day.
See, I know the important ones.
The beginning of the 10 Years' War. All right, how about this one? Today is Vet Nurse Day.
Oh, shout out to Angela and all the others.
Shout out to all the vet nurses. Is observed on the second Friday in October to recognize the nurses who play a significant role in veterinary care. This year it takes place on October 10th. The objective of the holiday is to appreciate the work of veterinary nurses and technicians and remember the positive impact of their work. Great day.
Yes, definitely one to celebrate those people.
Let's see, October 10th. I'm not getting into that one. World Egg Day, World Homeless Day. And so there you go. Today was a little bit slower than last week with court cases. Although, Monday popped up with I won't say gentleman, the person in Logan County. And his name was, his last name is Everhart. Is that right?
Yes. Peter.
Peter Everhart. Is it Peter Everhart?
Is that correct? Does that not sound right? I've got
anyway, he was arraigned. I don't know. We haven't been able to get too many specific details about this case because the 3 dogs did not survive.
Right.
And so it doesn't make any difference why they didn't survive. But I did not hear of any, if they didn't make it because of being thrown over the fence, they were already in bad shape. Maybe the dogs that were on the other side of the fence attacked him. I never heard the exact story, but he was arraigned on 3 counts of torture.
Right. So we've got, other dates to follow up on for him. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And I'm sure at some point we'll be in Logan County.
Yes. Yeah. We'll make the drive. In fact, wasn't he, wasn't he back in court yesterday? Yeah, he was back in court yesterday.
He was actually arraigned because because he was caught. I know they have to arraign him in a certain length of time. So he was arraigned on Monday, and then
he was back in court yesterday.
Yes.
And I wonder if we've got a new date for him.
They didn't have it posted just yet, but I'll have it soon, I'm sure. So.
Question if felonies were charged would not necropsy be indicated. That's a good question. It all comes down to the ACO, the sheriff's deputy, whoever uh, was called out to that case, whether the animals were collected for necropsy.
Right.
So I'm not sure if it was an obvious thing that they were killed by the dogs in the fence, or I don't know the answer to that question. But I would say it probably comes down to whoever was called out on the case. We've seen several cases where the ACO officer does a magnificent job and has every piece of evidence you could possibly want, and then we've seen some cases where
They
the
don't.
person was charged with killing a cat and they didn't even collect the cat for evidence.
Uh,
So
right.
um,
Right.
I think it all.
So, yeah, because we've been talked about that we're hoping that they did, to see if it was, because I would think they would, to know if the throw, the him tossing was the cause of death, or if there was something else that was going on with the puppies prior to even him
Right.
in that horrific act. But we'll have to wait and see whether they did or not.
Yep. And then we spent this week. What was that? Wednesday in
Mhm.
Mercer County,
Yeah.
Harrodsburg, wonderful Mercer County,
Right.
where the people are so very
Right.
nice. The downtown little square area is very, very nice looking, very quaint.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. We had a lovely walk and greeted by a person sidewalk as we were taking a nice walk.
yep.
So
So it was part of the Mercer County 7. It
yeah,
started as the Mercer County 3. Then there were some other people added. It ended up being 7 people charged with this one particular situation, of
exactly.
which of which I am still yet to get the details on all this
No,
situation. I can't
I
for the
know.
life of me make out the situation, and can't get. You get a little bit of details here and there, and then you just don't know a lot. Bottom line was there were kennels set up at
Uh-huh.
Karen Aubrey's home. That
Hmm.
initially it was didn't have anything to do with the shelter. She had taken these dogs that she claimed were adopted or their own dogs, or but it turns out I think that then you talk to someone who says that her home was sort of acting as the shelter, and these are shelter dogs.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to understand. So we did get
Very.
a little bit of information the other day in court, where we were able to find out that um, the reason there was even a call was because there was a delivery driver
Yeah.
that was. Um, Hold on, need to silence this. There was a delivery driver that noticed
The
that things were
condition.
bad. There were bad conditions, and called in to the police, I guess,
Hmm.
and so they came out because of that. Um, and then ultimately there were 7 people charged with anything from second degree animal cruelty to torture to meth to drugs to child neglect.
Uh-huh. To trafficking. Yeah, we've got it all mixed in there. Hmm.
So and from that was one person had all the animal charges dropped.
Yes.
One person had the torture charge dropped.
Right.
There are still several people who still have multiple second degree animal cruelty charges, up to like 30 of them.
Yes. And
Uh,
they'll be back. They're all clumped together and be back in court. What was it, December the 3rd?
December the 3rd, yeah.
Keeping
Lumping
them
them all
together.
together. Yes. And so this week in court was Gabrielle Fulmer.
Fulmer. Yes. Sentencing.
She was
Yes.
one who was charged with second degree animal cruelty. She was charged with some drug charges. She was charged with um, torture. And
Yeah.
at her plea agreement last month, they dropped the torture charge, which I didn't get. I didn't get any. Uh, I didn't get any kind of
Explanation.
explanation why.
Right.
So but so she had to come back for sentencing. They did warrant on her home due to a drug traffic stop on a person in her home. See, this is kind of thank you, Sue Ann, for passing that on. But this is the kind of information that doesn't jive with everything else that's being said in Mercer County.
Right.
What we were told in court was the reason the police went to the home was because of a delivery driver's call to the police. It didn't have anything to do with drugs.
Right.
Now, they
Right.
may have found the drugs there when they got there, but
Yes.
what they said in
They
court
said
was the stop
the
when
search.
initially
Yes.
when the police showed up to that home, it had nothing to do with drugs. It was
Right.
because um, it was because of the bad conditions that the delivery driver came. I've
Reported.
also Sue Ann also says Gabrielle Fulmer is Karen Aubrey's daughter. I've been told it's somebody else. There's just so much information out there that I can't. I get this information, and I'm not disputing Sue Ann that information. I'm just saying they told us someone else was her daughter. You can't get
Yeah.
anything straight. Uh,
It-
so
It's been the
if
most complicated
we
case.
wanted to speak with Gabrielle Fulmer, but we got stopped, and we're talking with a super nice gentleman on the way out, so we didn't get to talk with her. Um, we did. So let me try and stay focused here. I'm reading comments, and I need to stay focused.
Right. Right.
She pled guilty to all the second degree animal cruelty charges, the drug charges. They dropped the torture charge. Part of her agreement was she's on probation for 5 years. I'm
Uh-huh.
sure it's drug testing and all the things that go along with that. She can't have animals, but she was also made to every year for the next 5 years. She had to create some kind of a food drive or donation drive for a local animal shelter that totaled $200, whether that was monetary donations or food donations. So for each
Correct.
year for the next 5 years, she has to. I mean,
Make
let's
this
be honest. It'll
donation.
probably be a $200 donation. Uh,
Right.
so anyway,
Yeah.
that case is completely over. But before we went into court, she stopped us outside, probably because she had no idea who we were or why we were there, and asked us if she could pet Ethan. He was a beautiful dog. And so that was going to be the opening. I really wanted to stop her on the way out just to ask her these questions. Like, your case is over with. Just tell me
Right.
the facts. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
let's get
Yeah.
to and
Huh?
I see, Melissa, that you are on hold. Do you want to come on and ask a question, or are you just watching? Okay, she's probably just watching. Okay, so the last person, this has got, so this got everybody in an uproar yesterday. The only person that their case hasn't continued to move forward, and the only person that still has torture charges against them is Amanda Kuntz.
Correct.
And she is on the run because she failed to show up for a court date in July.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Uh,
The
and
six.
16th of July, failed to show up to
Mm-hmm.
court. Now, again, I am only passing on information. This is not, I'm not speculating on anything. I'm passing along facts and truthful information. And if
Right.
anyone that commented on Amanda Kuntz's behalf last night, or Amanda Kuntz wants to come on here and give their side of the story, feel free. I'm only giving facts.
Right.
Has a warrant out for her arrest for torture of a cat or a dog.
Yes.
That's not
She
saying
has
she's
other
guilty of anything. That says she's got a warrant for the torture of a cat or a
Right.
dog. Not only
Correct.
that, she's got a warrant for other things,
Right.
which
Correct.
are what do you got? You wrote some of those.
It's trafficking, drug charges, failure to appear. She's also has 3 counts of not of violating the stipulations that she was given when she was released. She was set at a $20,000 bond, and it was changed to an unsecured, which got her out. Well,
Which got her.
according to the other charges now, she has violated 3. There are 3 counts, they told me, of her violating the stipulations that she was ordered to follow.
So I don't
So
like to
she has
ever
more.
put. I don't like
She
to
has.
ever
I'm
put.
sorry.
I don't
Go
like
ahead.
to
I'm
ever
sorry.
put information out there that is not truthful, factual, and that I know. So last night I didn't put out any information that wasn't factual. She has a warrant out for her arrest. Some people wanted to defend her. Again, you want to click on the first comment under this on this podcast. That will link you in. You enter your name, you'll come right on here. You can tell your whole story. Mm-hmm. We're just telling the facts. And there's another fact to this is if you have a warrant out for your arrest, the way to prove that you didn't do it is not to go on the run. It's to come to court, turn yourself in, and to come to court. I mean, that's how you prove. There's at least one person in this case that had all their charges completely dropped.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be, hey, I made it out on the run for 6 months. I'm clear and I'm safe. Like that, the warrant's not going to go away. It doesn't make anything better. The only way to clear your name, if you say that there's nothing that you have, you're innocent of whatever charges, is to come forward. So,
correct. And the information we get is from the circuit clerk in Mercer County. The other information on the case numbers is public knowledge. It's on CourtNet.
So or go to court and listen. Listen to what they say. You get a lot of information just from going to court. Right. And definitely. I was told, again, this is information that was said by the Commonwealth attorney. The reason that this torture charge is sticking with Amanda Kuntz is because they were able to determine through evidence that one of the dogs, or the worst dog, one of the dogs that was in that care is her personal dog. Mm-hmm. Whether that dog was worse off than the other ones, I don't know. My first question was, me, my first question went, why does that mean that dog's worth any more than these other dogs that were living in the same condition? I don't know. I'm just telling you what I was told.
Right. And is obviously we have no control over that.
The torture charge is sticking with her because it was her personal dog. So
a lot.
So there's like I say, there's a couple of people that have been involved in this case where the charges are. There's one guy who the charges got completely dropped. I can see another. I can see another guy. I can see his charges being completely dropped. His attorney was there the other day. He appeared by Zoom, and his attorney was questioning. Hey, my guy just happened to be there the day the police showed up. He doesn't even live there. Have anything to do with it. I can very well see those charges being thrown out.
Right. So they went in with a search warrant after they got the call, and then they found all the drugs and paraphernalia. So therefore, the people were arrested. The court system is the way to find out. I mean, you have to go through the court system. We don't like the way we have to go through the court system sometimes, but it's the process we've got. So,
and again, just mentioning facts. If you were out on bail, if you had just come to court in July, they wouldn't have put you in bail. Your case would keep dragging on. Now that you are on the run and you have a warrant out for your arrest, guess where you're going to end up? Jail. I mean, it's just one of those things where you can't. The warrant's not going to go away. So anyway, so that is Mercer County, and I'm looking at Peter Everhart in Logan County, and they do not have a new date for him.
Yes, that's what I thought. And it is Peter. Okay. I was thinking it was, but thank you for whoever said that. So.
Yes. Peter Everhart. Yes. So he'll have a new date.
He was arraigned very quickly on Monday.
Yeah.
Because, when did they arrest? Saturday or Sunday they found him, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so the arraignment was very quick on Monday because I was kind of surprised, but he was arraigned Monday afternoon. So
perfect. And Sue Ann says she'll come on next week. I don't question anyone's information. I just I didn't mean to put that up. Did that show up on the? Hey, I just learned something that I can put up people's.
Oh, yeah. Oops, it's gone.
Comments on the screen. I don't question anybody's information. I'm just telling you, this is why this situation and even the Rockcastle situation are so confusing, because you get all this information and you think one direction. And you
Uh-huh.
start asking questions and talking to other people so you can get all the correct information. And then you get
Right.
completely opposite information.
Correct. Yeah. And I mean, I've even read some of the accounts in the Harrodsburg, is that Harrodsburg? Paper. You know, I mean, it was public knowledge too when they published what had happened at that residence.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that they were, you know, called for suspecting, you know, animals, and then found, just happened to, you know, to find the drug paraphernalia and the drugs.
Yep.
So that's what was reported in their newspaper also.
The tweet that I put up, or the comment that I put up there that I didn't even know how to do, was from Helen Sand, who says she plans on being at the court every hearing in Logan County to cover the case. And then she just came on and said he waived his right to a preliminary hearing and goes to the grand jury, and they meet once a month. Next grand jury is October 17th, then again November
Okay.
17th. Thank you very much, Helen, for that information. Uh,
Yeah.
and there you go.
Those grand juries don't meet very often in
I'm
some of the counties. So that's another reason why we have long waits.
long
But okay.
delays, and I learn something new every day. And I've had a couple of people asking me about, could these go to so our EthanLive podcast, they stay on Facebook for about 3 weeks. They stay on the Ethan Almighty page for a few weeks until they drop off. I think they're like 10 videos stay on there and then it drops off. But they're always archived at YouTube. And a few folks have asked me, could we get them on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I'm working on that. You know, I had Ethan's podcast previously when it was just audio on
Right.
Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And I'm working to get it back there again. It just takes a little bit of effort. I figured out, I even got to the point where I could upload one of the videos and then it wouldn't do it correctly. So I've got to ask some more questions along
Okay.
the way. So anyway, do we have any more updates from, nothing else from this week, right?
No, next week is another lots and lots of cases next week. It's the first time the Chance Shankling will be in, that we know, in Warren County. That's a pre-trial. So, but there are a lot of the other cases next week. Dominic Kennel, Hagman Penman. Now,
Yeah.
talk about going through case. I mean, this has been going on almost since the beginning when we started tracking
Yeah.
these cases. And he's the one, I mean, I'd almost forgotten, which is horrible, what he had done. It's been so long, but he strangled the dog with a plastic bag and a strap. But he is finally coming up, and he is Garrard County. So hopefully there'll be something. Oh, and we're back there in Jason Basham is back in Meade County again with Laney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's back.
Um, Speaking of Laney, while you said that, Laney will be at the Shamrock Fall
Oh, really?
Festival thing on October 18th at the
At the Hitching
Hitchin
Post?
Post Inn. Yeah. So if anyone wants
Great.
to come out and meet there, um,
Okay, that's good.
shoot, there was something that popped in my head and then it went away like really quickly, which is not. It's not. Did we
Sorry.
talk about on our last podcast? Did we talk about the Scott County folks? Did we do an update on C.J. Barnett and
Yeah, I
Chester
think
Taylor?
Taylor. Yeah, I think we did. But you can revisit just in case somebody didn't get a chance to see it. I know
Their next date is December. I think it was December, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see if I've got December the 5th.
December the 5th. And just for folks that are paying attention and you're thinking about counties and
Uh-huh.
judges and attorneys and the way
Yeah.
things sort of float, think about in Scott County this CJ, Christian Barnett and Chesney Taylor thing lingered for a long time before a
Yes,
new
it
date
did.
was ever set. Months and months and months. And
Right.
we show up
Waiting
to
for a
court.
grand jury, I was told.
Well, I think once they were indicted by the grand jury, then it was months before they
Then
even
it
got
was
it
still
was
a
2
long
months
time. Yeah.
before we even got another
You're
date.
right.
And so we go to court for them last week, and I probably mentioned this, but the same attorney,
Mm-hmm.
for you folks that follow, again, counties, judges, attorneys. Keep all that in
Right.
mind. The same attorney that represented
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Jones in Scott County, the guy that
Mm-hmm.
admitted on camera he shot the
That
neighbor's
he
cat
thought
with a
he's,
rifle, is
uh-huh.
representing both Chesney Taylor and Christian Barnett.
Right. Yeah.
That's not, coincidence there.
No, I know. It's very odd now that we're starting to recognize attorneys, isn't it?
It is. Sue Ann asked, "Did we get motions for court-appointed animal advocates ever work?" Last week, it was I keep wanting to say Chesney
I
Taylor
know.
case
You've
and
called it
Christian
that too.
Barnett that Scott County threw it out. I
Yeah.
have reached out
Right.
to the Commonwealth Attorney in Scott County,
Mm-hmm.
reintroduced myself, and said
Right.
that my motion was thrown out that day. Could she help me refile it? She asked me
Uh-huh.
several questions: what my qualifications were, what the motion was for, what we would do, what we hope to be able to contribute to the case. I responded with a very long email about all the things that we can contribute, pointing out that it is perfectly within the law for a judge to appoint that, even with the animal that has passed away. And that has been about 4 days that I've not heard anything back. So
Yeah.
Scott
So,
County, we're waiting. Next
yeah.
week in Jefferson County, we are waiting for the next date for Demetrius Hebert.
Right.
Hopefully that will be heard then. And then on October the 17th, next week, we have in motion hour, we have our motion will be heard to be court appointed animal advocate for the David Howery case.
Howery case.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. That's a biggie. And you might want to mention too, I know I'm backtracking a little bit in Mercer County, but it was very interesting that as each of those people in the case came up, and I really think it was due to partly Jeff and Ethan being in court, but that judge put into the court records on each case that they were not to be around animals, have animals, babysit animals, walk animals, visit animals. So that was at least mentioned on every one of the cases. So it went into the court records.
Yes. So, yeah, thankful to that judge for mentioning that. And
Yes.
then I will say, it was also very nice that the Commonwealth
Yeah.
attorney, when
Yes.
the case was getting ready to be over, after
Uh-huh.
all the qualifications for her probation were given, the Commonwealth attorney did stand up to make a motion that Ethan Almighty was in the courtroom, had attended
Uh-huh.
every date for these people. Um,
Right.
who represents Ethan's Law. She made mention to Ethan's
Yes.
Law, which I then
Yes.
thought was very funny that the defense attorney quickly spoke up and said, "I just want to make note that my client's not even being charged with that. That was dropped."
Right.
Which
Right.
I thought was really funny. Uh,
Whatever. But it was good. I mean, at least because sometimes that's been left out. We've talked about before, they have not put into the stipulations that they cannot be around animals. So these people are still out and haven't been formally charged, or through the process, but she's still telling them they have to stay away from animals while they're in the
yeah, yeah,
process.
that is very true. So that was very nice of them to mention.
It
Uh,
was.
Peter Attorney Joe Ross and uh, Peter Everhart judge is Ken Williams, and the county attorney is Joe Ross, and assistant county attorney Elizabeth Teal. Good information. Sue Ann
Yeah.
Robinson says who will do surprise visits to make sure they don't get animals or around animals. That is a good question.
Good question. Yeah, we've
Who
we've
does
said that before
who
too.
does that?
Yeah.
My guess is that the majority of these folks, this is just Jeff's opinion, that go on diversion for probation,
Uh-huh.
uh,
Right.
would, if checked on a regular basis, would violate their probation. Because
Yes.
part of that whole diversion program, that felony diversion program, is you can't be around drugs, alcohol, and that's got
Uh-huh.
nothing to do with whatever case you're involved in. You can't be around drugs, alcohol, and if you've got the right prosecutor in Jefferson County, they screwed up. But if you got the right prosecutor, you can't be around animals. So who checks
Uh,
it?
yeah. It's true. But
we've
now,
we've got some ideas on even being able to track some things even better in the future, being able to come up with a really, really good interactive way to search, track these cases that we know of in Kentucky, that where you can look up, a case number, a defendant, a dog, a cat, a judge, and you'll be able to get all this information. If they're on diversion and probation, what the terms and stipulations of their diversion and probation are. But it all comes down to, someone has to do the follow through, and
yes.
you're not putting all the blame on someone. If a sheriff's department or an ACO or parole, I don't know who goes out for those, are busy.
Mhm.
Like who checks on all that kind of stuff?
I don't know. But for an example, Amanda Kuntz is now being, part of her charges is that she has violated 3 stipulations. So somebody has been checking. I don't know. They didn't
Well,
tell me,
I'm,
what she had violated, but somebody
I'm
is
glad. Well, I'm
checking.
glad you said that, because in Mercer County the other day, probably 40% of the case. We were there for an hour and a half before
Oh
the
yeah, it was.
40% of those cases were parole violations.
They were. Over and over again. So they were certainly checking their
Well,
parole.
now we say that 40% of them were parole violations, but I would say the highest percentage of those were because they committed another crime and were arrested again.
True. That's partly true. We have to factor that in, don't we?
Yeah.
Goodness. Oh,
So anyway,
and
so
it's
next week,
an imperfect system for
it is
sure.
it is it is
But
an
it is,
perfect system.
but we have to work within the boundaries of what we've got. We just keep on doing the best we can. So
Yeah, and we hope that hopefully I got some good information or worthwhile information to the Commonwealth Attorney in Scott County.
yeah.
I'm remain reluctantly hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, past experience from Scott County doesn't lead me to be completely optimistic.
Right.
But I remain optimistically hopeful that here's the thing. We try to talk to Commonwealth Attorney, county attorneys, because we're trying to help. There's no adversarial role.
Right.
It's just trying to help. And
Uh-huh.
we've heard in at least in 2 different cases, there would be no reason to have a court appointed animal advocate because the animal is dead.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Heard that.
With
We heard that at least twice, and to which my response isn't. To me,
that's a
that's the
that's who
ultimate reason why you need a court
exactly
animal advocate.
exactly.
Because while you're not advocating for that particular living being, you are advocating for others, and not only other, 4-legged living beings, but other 2-legged living beings. And just because
Uh-huh.
the animal died doesn't mean that animal doesn't get justice.
Exactly.
There's
Mm-hmm.
a level of justice there that still needs to be had for the animal victim in the case.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
And thinking back on the Mercer County again, if that person hadn't reported seeing things, I mean, there were children. There are a lot of cases, and again, we've talked about. If there's animal abuse, there's probably other abuse. So they are being charged with lots of counts of cruelty or abuse of children too. So
yes, and a matter of fact, it seemed like, again, you go back to the things that seem right and don't seem right. So I
well,
think Sue Ann said earlier that Gabrielle Fulmer was Karen Aubrey's daughter.
okay,
I believe we were told it's been someone else, but regardless of that fact, there's an Amy. Is her name Amy Nichols? Is one of the defendants
uh-huh,
in the case, who
right,
is being charged with neglect, some kind of
mm-hmm,
neglect of children, because
right,
she has an ongoing case in family court.
mm-hmm.
And so she was going to get out on. The judge was, let's see, at least 2 of these people, maybe 3 of them from the other day, were in jail.
Yes.
And the
Yeah.
judge was allowing every one of them on an unsecured bond,
Uh-huh.
making sure that trying to make assurances that they would show up at their next appearance.
Right.
Um, and but she had, and they all of them, because apparently they were at the home, were not allowed to be around kids or animals. But
Mm-hmm.
her specifically, and I think I'm right, it was Amy Nichols was requesting,
Yeah.
if
Uh-huh.
she gets out on this bond, can she see her kids if the family court says she can see her kids? And the
Right.
Commonwealth attorney made stipulation that if the family court said she could have supervised visits, then they were okay with it.
Right. Right.
But it would
But
have to be supervised visits along with the uh, Mercer County Family Court. Amy Nichols,
correct.
in a more recent case, more recently charged, but she's still part of this whole.
Yeah.
Amy Nichols is still part of this whole same
Yeah.
situation that was going on
Right.
at Karen
Right.
Aubrey's house,
Uh,
from what I understand.
right.
So yes,
So yeah, because
Gabrielle
you
Fulmer is Aubrey's daughter. Okay, so let's try to put that to bed. So that's the daughter.
okay. Well, we had the Ransdale. Those were the names we got a little bit later that
Mm-hmm.
were the Amy
It
Nichols and
seemed like to me, and this is pure trying to speculate upon information that was given to us, that this Amy Nichols was really charged. There's Amy Nichols and another guy that are really charged with the child neglect, child abuse, whatever you want to call it, part of that. So
right.
it seemed like to me, when the delivery driver showed up, there were uh, uh, such bad conditions for children living there that they
Mm-hmm.
called the police, and that
It
that
led to them getting a search
led to
warrant.
them. And so I'm trying to figure out, I don't know if Amy Nichols was also living there with the children. Either way, the living conditions at this home must have been horrific for the driver to pick up the phone and
Driver.
call the police, because I can't imagine what delivery drivers see on a daily basis.
And kudos for, we always say if you see something, say something. So
Mm-hmm.
thankfully this driver saw something and did report it. So
Yeah. So,
yeah.
what do we have? Do we got you have anything right there close? That's what's next week's case?
Yeah. Next week's. Yeah. I've got a whole list.
Oh, nice. I like.
Yes. Yeah. We got Tornalina Fields in Robertson County on the 13th, Chance Shanklin in Warren County on the 13th, Travis Wheeler in Boyle County on the 15th, um, Dominic Kennel in Fayette on the 16th, Hagman Penman in Garrett County on the 17th, Jakara Reed in Fayette County on the 17th, and I don't want to leave out Jason Basham in Meade County on the 16th. So, yeah,
Interesting. All right.
it'll be one of those weeks where we have to take the ones that are the farthest into this process and go with. We've
Right.
got a couple of free trials in here, so hopefully we'll get some trials, or they'll waive a trial, and then of course we've got David Howery.
Oh, David Howery is the 17th in McCracken County with a.
Yes,
We have
and
a. There's somebody else in McCracken County on the 17th, right? Because we've got a motion on the 17th, but I thought there was another case that came up that same day.
yeah, I know. Well,
Oh,
Hagman
it's that
Penman.
What's that, Jimmy's? Those two people that
Oh,
left
the yeah,
the dog in the car.
the couple,
Yeah.
the Reynolds and Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have now been moved to December the 2nd in
Oh.
McCracken. Yeah.
Okay.
I double checked them again, and they are now on for December the 2nd. They must have waived something because they're going to pretrial.
Okay.
So, but they're December the 2nd in McCracken County.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
So,
we've got that motion on the 17th that we really need to be at. So I do know that this Sunday, Moving on to a few court down. I'll be calling the courthouse today after see if grand jury Peter see if they time. Thank you, Helen. Please let us know what you hear. She says she'll be calling courthouse after grand jury meets and see if Peter's case was heard today. Thank you very much.
That'll be good. Thank you. Let us know.
Quick and swift action needed. The problem is you get the accused have the right to a speedy trial, but for some reason, the defendant or the victims don't have a right to a speedy trial, which doesn't make any sense with the whole justice system to begin with. But
right.
So this weekend on October the 12th,
there you go.
Bark and Wine, Richmond on the River, Sunday, August 12th, 2025. Come out, support the Henry/Trimble County Animal Shelter. We will be there with all kinds of Ethan t-shirts, merchandise, anything you want to get Ethan wise, picture, whatever you want to do. That is this Sunday, 2 to 6, Richmond on the River, Bark and Wine. There'll be food trucks, all kinds of very cool stuff there.
They've got a silent auction. I did see it said, just to pass it along, if you're one of those that really like the silent auction, it's cash or check only for their silent auction, they said. They're planning on 20 vendors. So it's going to be, quite an event.
Do you still have a checkbook?
No.
Who writes checks these days?
A lady I was behind in Kroger the other day that obviously was about my age, I would say, and it took her a long time to write a check.
I'm surprised that the person at the register even knew how to take a check.
Well, and I tell you, we were all practicing being kind.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was quite a process.
Yes. So that is October 12th, this Sunday, Richmond on the River. October the, just a heads up, on the 16th, the morning of the 16th, we'll be on Dwight Witten's radio show in the morning to talk about some things coming up. Mostly about the 19th, but on October the 18th is the Shamrock little fall festival at the Hitching Post, Fagan Bush Lane. Don't miss out on that. October the 19th is Bob Hook Chevrolet and Sportsman at the Sportsdrome Speedway. Ethan Almighty Car Show. Come out to the car show. There will be lots of really cool cars. It's free for the family. There'll be a little food truck there that's part of the car, part of the Sportsdrome. Vendors will have T-shirts. We'll have giveaways. Music all day. Live music from 1 to 3 from the Southern Sirens. But we'll have music all day. We'll have giveaways. We'll have some opportunities for some new homes for some different Ethan artwork. That day I'll probably do the do like a little find a new home for some Ethan hubcaps.
They are gorgeous. Yeah, you did such a good job on those.
There's a little purple one.
I know. And Jeff can't even show the rest of Ethan's room because it's so filled with artwork.
Actually, you mean it's a mess.
No, you just have people are going to love it. There are so many wonderful pieces. You all got to come and see all the work Jeff done because it's
I like the positive part of that. It's a lot of or there's a lot of mess. I've got a couple different little dog sugar skulls.
I know that those are they're adorable. They're so cute. And working on a whole fall thing. So
we've got a pumpkin porch package coming. It's got lots of cool stuff. Little gourd birdhouse with the Ethan design on it. A door hanger that's a pumpkin with Ethan's logo on it. A whole floral arrangement in a really cool metal can with the logo on it, and another little sort of tall welcome sign that I'm working on right now.
Perfect. And you've got the Ethan. You have a table too, right?
Oh yeah, I do. I can't. Yeah. You've
What
seen
is
the
this
table,
table?
right? You've seen the table, Debbie. I came in the other day and Ethan was sitting on the table.
On the table?
I took a picture of it. He was on the
Well,
table.
now everybody will want that table because Ethan sat on that table. So that
Yeah,
just
he was. I don't know if I
that
can.
proves the value of that table tremendously.
If this cuts out, thank you. If this cuts out, thank you to everybody for joining the podcast. And 18th at the Hitchin Post that helps promote Shamrock, but we'll be there with Ethan
Yeah.
selling a lot of Ethan merch. 19th, the car show. The 22nd is the trivia show.
Oh, yeah,
Trivia
that's right.
at
Waldo's.
beer and chicken Waldo's and Waldo's beer
Yeah.
and chicken.
Norton
Commons, yeah. Let me see if I can pull up this picture of Ethan sitting on that table.
I want to see this.
It was pretty funny.
Well, if we lose it, then you have to post it.
All right, so you've seen the table.
Uh-huh.
Sitting on the bourbon barrel head table.
Now, is that not the most perfect picture? Look at him. He is so proud.
I don't know what he was doing, but
he was proud of that table.
He is proud of the table, yeah.
By the way, shout out to Ethan. We were in court the other day, like you said, over an hour and a half, and that sweet boy laid there the whole time.
He did.
Never.
He was very good.
He was the best boy ever. So.
We've gone to so many courtrooms now that I think at least when we return, the court folks are pretty happy to see him. But we get interesting looks from the people that are in the courtroom, like
the defendants. They're not sure why we're there.
The alleged criminals, right?
Yeah,
they look at us pretty funny.
And
I will say this again: Mercer County, so very kind. The victims advocate in Mercer County reached out and wanted to know if we wanted to give a victim's impact statement at Gabrielle Fulmer's sentencing, and we would have been allowed to do that. Again, I'm not gonna speak on anything I don't know the facts and 100% of what's going on. And I still, as much as we ask and search and look around, we still don't get that information. I still don't think I've got all the information from Mercer County. So I just wasn't comfortable giving any kind of victim impact statement because I don't know what has happened. I don't know the condition of the dogs. I don't know the conditions they lived in. I don't know who was there, who lived there, who didn't live there. It's a mess.
Right.
And maybe it's a mess on purpose. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
I don't know.
But that was very nice of them to reach out and ask. We ran into the Commonwealth attorney out on the sidewalk before the case even started. He was with his family. Said hello to him. Super nice guy.
One of the bailiffs, I guess, is he a deputy or I guess he's a deputy who wears Ethan's bracelet all the time.
Yeah, very sweet gentleman. Him and his wife are Ethan followers, and shout out to them who are going through some health things right now. Hopefully that all works out. But they've been very kind. It seems to the places that we are return visitors to, I think have warmed up to us.
I was going to say this.
If they weren't at the beginning, they've warmed up to us because I think they know a couple
why we're there.
While we're there, obviously, yes. Number two, like we're not there to cause any problems.
Right.
Number three, Ethan he's more well behaved than probably some of the people coming to the court.
Yes.
And definitely. So I think everyone has sort of warmed up to the whole situation.
We are still not just our wonderful personalities that have won them over.
I will say, between the two of us, one of us set off the detector, the metal detector. They say it wasn't me. So
it was Ethan. Was it Ethan?
It wasn't Ethan either.
And the gentleman that wanted me was very kind and very nice.
And very funny. Yeah. He kept making it beep. Yeah. He said you were wearing too much bling.
Yeah.
Last thing is we're still waiting on the announcements from Hero Dog winners?
Yes, we are. This is
my guess is they're just finalizing a really cool way to make the announcement,
to announce
whether
it
it's
or
on a
travel
television
arrange.
show or something.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
my guess. I know that we probably weren't supposed to know, but because of at least one post that we saw, we know the folks that didn't move on have been told. So that means the
Yeah.
folks that have moved on have been told. And the
Right.
only reason that they would delay it is to have a really cool way to make this announcement, to probably get all those folks in one place, and make this really cool announcement that these are the finalists for Hero Dog, and these are the ones that won their category. So hopefully so.
And then hopefully we'll be able to reach out to them and have them on again. So that will be a lot of fun to talk to them.
Yeah.
So
that would be fun. And Helen says, hopefully we can come to one of Peter's court hearings. We'll definitely be in Logan County at some point. So we'll definitely be there.
Yeah, we will.
Check it out. So that's probably, I think that's
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully everyone has a wonderful weekend. If you're around here locally, Harvest Homecoming is going on over in New Albany. I'm sure there's some things going on over in the Louisville area. Check it out. And come say hello if you see it. Yep. Come to the Hitch and Post on the 18th. Come to the Sportsdrome Speedway on the 19th, and trivia on the 22nd. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
One last thing before I jump off here is for folks that are looking to sign up, our free spay neuter on the 26th is already full.
Oh, is it?
It's already full. So if you didn't get in, look for a date in November, and we'll try in. But October 26th, that Sunday, will be at Metro Animal Services doing free spay and neuter for another 35 to 40 dogs in the local community. So,
all right, sounds great.
All right, thank you, Debbie.
All right,
have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.